history of keeping time. This speech is based on four main points. The first form of telling time, other different devices of measuring time, why is it important to keep track of time, and time zones. The first form of telling time is the sundial. The earliest sundials known from the archaeological record are obelisks from nearly 5,000 years ago. Sundials indicated the time by casting a shadow onto the surface. The object that casts the shadow is the stick in the middle, known as gnomon. A well-constructed sundial can measure time with remarkable accuracy, and sundials were used to measure the performance of clocks until the modern era. But sundials have their limitations too. Obviously, they require the sun to shine, so they don't work at all during the night. Many other different devices have been used over the years to estimate the passing of time. Candles and sticks of incense that burn down at a very predictable speed have been used along with the hourglass. Hourglasses are devices in which fine sand passes through a tiny hole at a constant rate and indicates an arbitrary period of time. Their origin is unknown, but we know that they were used on board ship because the motion of the sea did not affect the hourglass. The mechanical clock was invented in the 13th century, and it sparkled a big change in the traditional timekeeping methods. This modern clock relies on the swings of a pendulum or the vibration of a quartz crystal, which is far more accurate than sand and candles. Today, the basis for scientific time is a continuous count of seconds based on atomic clocks all around the world, known as International Atomic Time. But why does it matter to keep track of time? Well, time regulates our daily life and makes it possible to communicate with people all over the world. Without a time system, we would have many challenges in farming, in communication, social structures, and business. Take the railroad system, for example. In the mid-19th century, each railroad used its own time based on its headquarters, and the railroad junctions, so major railroad junctions, served different railroads, had different clocks for each railroad. The difference between New York and Boston is about 8 degrees or 2 degrees or 8 minutes, which can be the difference between catching or missing missing the train. But imagine the difference between Boston and Australia. Um, so this time zones makes the communication smoother. A time zone is a region on Earth that has a uniform standard time. There are 40 time zones on land because the earliest and the latest time zones are 26 hours apart. So any calendar date exists at some point on the globe for 50 hours. The next time that someone asks you, what time is it? Your answer may be a whole more complicated than it used to be.